everyone, welcome back. It's another day, another Charizze Treats video, and in today's video, we are setting up another bullet journal, but I'd like to call it a media journal, just a fun idea to document movies or TV shows I've seen or planning to watch and write some reviews of. If you're looking for some ideas what to use your unused journals for, or looking for movie tracker spread ideas, I hope these are helpful. I will be using this black linen journal. This is the Moonbeam design from Notebook Therapy's Cloud Dreamland collection. This is the perfect design for me since I love watching movies or series at night. I also went for a B5 size, which is larger than A5 that I normally use. Remember to use my discount code Charizze10 every time you get something from Notebook Therapy to save 10% of your purchase. I know setting up a single journal can already take a lot of time and effort, but if you also prefer to keep a separate journal for a different purpose, then this is a video for you. And of course, if you just like to hang out with me today, welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, starting a new notebook is by writing my name on the contact page, and I'm also decorating it a bit using these whimsical Cloud Dreamland wooden stamps. Alright, let's flip over to the next one. I usually skip this page as it doesn't open really flat because of the glue, but we're going to the following page to set the mood by creating a cover spread. I like the cloud aesthetic for this setup, and I happen to have these colored papers in baby blue and peach, so I'm doing a little collage style here. I ripped a large piece of the peach paper that I placed on the center, and thin pieces of the baby blue. One is placed above on top and the other one under on the bottom. I'm using the Ecoline brush pens to write media journal. I used indigo color on this lowercase serif font. Then I'm adding white details on the letters with my Uniball Signo white gel pen for some bubble kind of lettering style. Under it, I'm writing 2023 and I'm using pastel violet and apricot to create two colored letters by blending them together on the middle. Then I'm using this Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen to outline all the numbers. I decorated the page more with the wooden stamps on the corners, though I made a teeny tiny mistake here since I didn't realize the rubber of the crescent moon stamp was incorrectly placed on, but it's not a big deal anyway. Then I'm also using these Cloud Dreamland washi tapes. I took this clouds with dolphins design to decorate the inside of the film stamp. Lastly, I'm adding a bit of shimmer using my gold watercolor by just randomly painting them everywhere. To accompany this cover page is a quote on the other side of the spread. I glued a bigger baby blue paper with ripped edges. I also purchased some of these foam strip stickers, and I will link all the supplies on the description box by the way if something catches your interest. I placed a portion of that on the left above, Then I'm layering a small peach paper where I'm going to stamp one of my favorite movie quotes. I played around more with the washi tapes and the stamps to complete the whole background. The quote I'm adding here is from the movie called The Curious Case of Benjamin Button that says, "Our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss." This was a great movie starring Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett. I watched it back in college, but it didn't resonate with me much at the time. It's funny because the movie is about a person aging in reverse, but as I grew, mature, and continue experiencing life, it made sense. So like this quote, I hope your missed opportunities defines you for the better and does not defeat you. Anyway, that is my whole cover spread done. Moving on to the next one is my index. This functions the same way as a table of contents in a book, so I will be recording my spreads and the corresponding page numbers here. For the header, I decorated it with another dreamy cloud washi tape design from the set. Then I'm writing index on a separate paper using the pastel violet and apricot Ecoline brush pens. I forgot to mention in my previous video, I think on my 2023 bullet journal setup, where I use these brush pens for illustrations, to use a light hand because they are juicy pens, so I try to keep a light pressure, but they are also actually good for calligraphy or hand lettering. They are nice to create ombre effects or blending two or more colors. After that, I'm cutting it following the shape of the letters, having a bit of the white paper too, and glued it on top of the washi tape. For the layout, I'm drawing two of these computer window frame. I thought it goes really well with the theme. I challenged myself to draw them freely without using a ruler, and I quite like the imperfect look of the lines. Then I'm using 3 colors to color the whole boxes, and I also try to keep the same color palette for the whole setup. I'm adding titles to the windows as well, saying preview.mp4, which is a cool idea too, since this whole spread is like a preview of all the movies I'm documenting in this journal. And I simply divided these windows into 2, the movie title and the page. And lastly, I'm using the fine tip of my Tombow ABT brush pen in 942 to draw grid lines on the background. And that is our simple index spread. Next, we're setting up for my movies to watch spread. Starting with the header again, I glued a spread long baby blue paper. I think the thickness is around 11 or 12 dot spaces. And here I'm writing movies to watch in the same font using my Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. Then I'm drawing a little clapper board on the left-hand side of the title and added more decorations using the foam stickers and washi tapes. I will be making 2 spreads for this part, so I'm cutting the right side to create horizontal Dutch door. I've done this a lot in my bullet journal setups, and it's just very convenient if I need more pages to a particular collection without repeating or making another header design. Then I pre-cut some of these rectangular papers as a background for my mini movie posters. I used a cutting machine to cut them faster. I ambitiously made 32 of these. There are 16 per spread, though I'm not sure whether I'll get to fill them all, but it's better to have some extras. Then I also printed posters of some movies I'd like to watch. These will be a mix of previous and newly released movies. I left some spaces on the colored papers to write the IMDb or the Internet Movie Database rating. And I'm not gonna lie, but that influenced my decision most of the time whether to watch or not to watch a certain movie. Then I'm also writing the genre and 5 stars to shade for my personal rating of them. I filled this with 8 movies for the meantime, but now let's flip to the next empty spread to set up my series to binge spread. I'm using the indigo and light blue brush pens for the lettering, outlining the letters with a black pen, and adding some white highlights as well. And this immediately became a favorite lettering I've done so far too. After that, I'm drawing a film roll just on the left corner under the title before framing it with another computer window. And then I'm adding this clouds and dolphins washi tape again on both sides of the title. We will continue with the header in a moment, but let's quickly create another horizontal Dutch door, and this time we are adding some arch tabs. Before cutting, I decorated them with these stickers too, so I could follow the shape of it. You can either cut the excess of the Dutch door page out before designing, or just gluing the back of it to the next page like this. And we're back to the header again. I'm adding some ripped blue papers to the corners. I also added a couple more arch stickers for some faux tabs. Since we only have one Dutch door here, the tab on it looked lonely, so we have to add some friends. But after that, I drew grid lines on the white spaces and decorated it with the stamps and gold gel pen. I printed out some logos of the series I want to watch. I have here the Game of Thrones. I haven't watched a single episode of it, and I honestly just included it only because it was something I have seen a lot being popular in the past decade, so I just remembered it and printed without bothering to see what the series is about. So I checked it after I already had set this up. Now, I still don't think I'll watch it anytime soon, so maybe I'll change it. Anyway, I also have some more series which I already started, like the Stranger Things and Warrior Nun, but we will see if I can binge watch again while waiting for the next season. But that's it for my series to binge spread. Let's move on again to the next spread, but before we set it up, I'd like to take this time to talk a bit about today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes where creative and curious people like us can find inspiration and learn new skills. Whether you are a beginner or taking the next step in your creative journey, the platform has various topics to discover, from graphic design, music, photography, business and marketing, and many more creative areas to match your goals and interests. I just finished a class by Jenna Blackburn where she talks about developing your signature style, overcoming obstacles with a 5-day art challenge. She was a very engaging instructor and has given clear and encouraging tips in this course. I've been working on my craft for some time now, practicing and trying out different art mediums, but I'm still in the experimentation phase of my art. But huge thanks to this class for giving me so much confidence while I'm slowly honing my signature style. You can also join this class and many other premium classes that are ad-free. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to use the link on the video description will get 1 month free trial of Skillshare. If starting to get creative or up-leveling your skills are in your New Year's resolutions, this is definitely the perfect time to invest in yourself, so feel free to check out the link and enjoy! Thank you so much Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Alright, let's continue with our setup. This next spread, I must say, I have given quite an effort. It is the entire Marvel films that I patiently collected and pasted in this whole spread. I already got to watch many of them, but I came across an article on how to watch all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies and series chronologically. With so many Marvel movies out there already, there are always backstories, flashbacks, or side stories being released, and it's hard to keep up with the whole story timeline. Kidding aside, I tried my best arranging this as per the order in the article I found. I think it looked like a Marvel Studio Gallery, but I'll use this as a basis on how to watch them. Anyway, that is it for Marvel. Moving on again to another spread is for some K-dramas. I haven't been able to watch K-dramas, but I'm seeing many great shows that I'm interested to watch. A show that I have not watched yet that I don't think I'll ever watch from start to finish is Squid Game. I don't know, but it was very popular in the past year, but it was just too popular that I got so many spoilers. I got to see some clips too, but I think those were enough for me, honestly. Okay, I made a simple layout here. I layered some ripped papers on the top and bottom of the spread, decorated with stickers and stamps, the title on the left, and a simple box with a washi tape design. We still have a couple more spreads to make, so the following page is for anime. I lettered the title first, and then I'm using some washi tapes by Notebook Therapy from a different collection called Sights of Japan, and I think these really suit the page well. Then I'm gluing 2 blocks of paper. The blue one is for movies and the peach paper is for the series. On the other side is a category that still falls in the Japanese animation, which is Studio Ghibli. So this is the only part of the setup where the title is the logo of Studio Ghibli itself. I only learned about Studio Ghibli from Amanda Richley, and I enjoy the calm artistry and animations, honestly. I think that's why it's very well known too. There are 22 films in the entire Studio Ghibli collection. I have watched a few before, such as The Secret World of Arrietty, Kiki's Delivery Service, and Spirited Away. In contrast to the anime page layout, I made this one very simple and minimal. Last but not least in my media bullet journal setup is the most anticipated movies and series. I really like the variations with the spread titles in this setup, except of course from the Studio Ghibli section, but it still adds an interesting look to each of them while still keeping everything cohesive. There are many creative ways to write them, though we're using a single font. Here I'm using a combination of light blue and apricot for the colors and then outlining them with a black pen. I also decorated it with washi tapes and stamps. Then we will have the movies section on the left page and the series on the right. I'm adding these colored papers again for the layout and just adding some more washi tapes and stamp designs here and there. I actually went back to the index spread to add the stamps, but I kinda regretted it in the end because I was not able to properly stamp the paper boat design on the upper left corner, so I had to go over it a few times and it looked messy, but I just covered some of the ink lines with a white gel pen so it doesn't look that bad anymore. But now let's talk about today's giveaway. I am giving away a notebook of choice and a washi tape set from the Tsuki Cloud Dreamland collection by Notebook Therapy to one of you. You can enter by following the simple steps listed on the video description. I am also providing the link to Notebook Therapy's website so you can check out what you can win. Good luck everyone! Now let's do a quick flip through of all the spreads we made together for my media journal. I enjoyed setting this up and at the same time it was quite weird having a bigger space to work on since I'm used to an A5 size. But I'm looking forward to using this journal because I'm honestly someone who enjoys watching more than reading, so I'm certain that this is something I won't procrastinate about compared to my reading journal. I still have the reading journal though. I set it up a couple years ago that is in use just when I feel like it. But anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and I will see you very soon on Charizze Streets Day 4. Bye everyone!